A little over a month ago, I got the War Thunder 3 consecutive years of daily login reward, including the 3 year veteran decal, and then I avoided it, purposefully resetting myself back to day one. But why? Well, you see, there's two reasons behind me doing this. The first of which is that was really unhealthy, if I'm being completely honest with myself. Logging into this game every single day for 3 years of my life. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm like dying because I've been chronically inside. Like, I still have had a life outside of the game and I've still done other stuff. And a lot of those days were just logged in for the purpose of continuing the streak. But the mental impact is where I think it was really at. Because, like, in my mind, like, I'd have days where I'd be stressing at the end of the day, like, did I get the daily login reward? Around like that 960 or whatever if I didn't remember. And so it was just not worth it to keep that streak up whatsoever. And also, I just finished a really long streak of War Thunder being like my go-to game for months. When I turned on my computer, the first thing I would do is I'd boot up War Thunder. If I didn't know what to play or what to do, I'd boot up War Thunder. And it was just my main focus, and I got so into it that then the burnout hit me really, really hard. As a result of this, I then felt like it was also affecting other things too, because when I was burnt out of War Thunder, it put me in a bad mood if I wanted to play, and in turn, if I was making like a War Thunder video, for example, that would put me in an even worse mood, because like I felt like I was lying, sort of. Whereas like I'd be posting a video on the game, which would be a clip that I got from like just the only match that I'd played of the day. Or even sometimes I'd have played one match and I'd have posted that I got two like kills and I'd have posted one clip of it the one day and one clip another day, and I just felt like it was like just slop, because I wasn't inspired by it because I'd gotten too burnt out, and so I feel like a lot of my content around like just over a month ago really lacked substance. Well, like on shorts that is. I think the long form stuff I think still alright for the most part. Um, there was the occasional, like, actually unique good idea or whatever, but most of it was just putting out content for the sake of it, rather than anything else, which I think is a problem. I don't think that it should be done like that. And so, I was like, this can't keep up, and so I sat down with myself and I thought, well, the best way for this to work is if I go hand in hand, where the day that I get that 3 year streak will be the last day I log in for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. And it was. I didn't play for like 3 weeks, a little bit over that, until I logged back in again. My streak's back at day one. And, I'm back. I've had a detox now from War Thunder. I'm not fully motivated to come back to playing the game yet. I am slowly building that up and slowly, rediscovering why I liked it so much. But like, it's not at the level it was like 6 months ago, for example. And even then, it wasn't all time high, but like I did really enjoy the game at that point in time, and the last few weeks less so. It's still a good game. I still really enjoy it, but it wasn't like the most enjoyable experience for me. But that sort of like wraps up the first point. Like the first problem that I had, the first reason for my break was that I was just simply burnt out, not currently interested, taking a break, taking a step back from things, so that I can then, with the idea that I'll come back to it, bigger and better, more excited and ready to play again. And I mean that could be true. I don't know if it will be like a case like that, but you never know. The second point, though, is that I simply found other stuff that I wanted to do, where I had other like games that I wanted to play, like Counter-Strike, for example. I've been absolutely loving at the moment. And Peak, I was playing a Peak for a while with my brother, and like just little games like that and stuff. Like I played a bit of like Reaper and things, just doing other smaller stuff and like other games and things that aren't War Thunder, and I've been having a really good time doing it. It's sort of been pushed to the back of my mind. the last 2 weeks roughly, we've had a group Minecraft server with my friend group that I've been playing on, and that's been really fun as well. And so it's like, yes, I've had other priorities that have come in front of War Thunder, but I do feel like with that, I've also noticed that since I got out of the routine of War Thunder, I also slightly got out of the routine of content. I missed quite a lot of days for like shorts and stuff. It'd be times, for example, the Minecraft one last week wasn't actually supposed to be at Monday's video. I had a completely different plan. It wasn't this one either. I had something else that is probably still going to come up at some point, but not for a little while. That I was going to make that Monday's video, but then like it came around to Monday, and I was like, oh wait, today is Monday, because I'd been so out of the rhythm of it that it really threw me off. And so the video that I produced wasn't as good as it probably should have been. If you watched that video, you would know it kind of sucked, I'm going to be honest. But it's because I didn't have time. I had to come up with something like last minute because I was simply out of other options. I didn't know what else I could have done. But that's in the past now, and so it's time to talk about my content and me going forwards. So the question in the title, 6.5 minutes in, I'm finally answering it. Did I quit? I mean, kind of, but not really. I quit for like 3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't remember exactly, somewhere around there. Am I back playing War Thunder all day every day? No. Will I be back playing War Thunder all day every day? No. At least not for a while. Will War Thunder daily shorts come back? Probably not. Will War Thunder weekly or bi-weekly shorts come back? Probably. Or in some capacity like that. As for Monday videos, I want to actually start trying with them a little bit more. I prefer making those to the shorts. They feel more personal and less just, algorithm-y and more me, which I really like. I want to do more live streams as well. I keep saying that and I never do, but I do really want to do more live streams. So I'm going to hopefully sort some stuff out in regards to that and start doing some streams sooner rather than later. How soon, I couldn't tell you, but I feel like I just needed to put out a video just to cover this topic because it was sort of a bit unexplained. I just sort of said that I was going to be taking a break and then sort of didn't come back or didn't specify when I would be coming back. I just kept saying soon. So, which really isn't very useful. So hopefully it's cleared things up a bit more now. Also, one big reason why I wanted to shift my content away from War Thunder a little bit as well, besides the other two, I don't want to be a quote-unquote War Thunder YouTuber. I want to do like a wider variety of stuff. I want to play like several games, like, not just like the same three again and again and again. Like I want to have like a reasonably wide arsenal of games. Like sometimes I play some, sometimes I play others. That's how I'd rather do it. I mean, like I would also like to do other non-gaming content. I'm looking into doing some stuff like that maybe in the near future, but I couldn't tell you what or when. But I'd like to do more of that kind of content. So yeah, I feel like I'm sort of waffling now and I'm stretching out the time longer than it needs to be. So if you're still here, thanks for watching. The answer, did I quit? Sort of, but not really. I'm on my way back, slowly but surely. Videos should return to their regular schedule, unless I decide to change the schedule, but I think it's going to stay the same for now at least. Maybe there might be live streams, maybe not. Join Discord and I'll let you know if there is. And yeah, that's all I've got this week. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next Monday, hopefully with something a little bit better than the kind of brain-rotted stuff I've been putting out recently. So yeah, that's about it. Bye!